The Price of Freedom. There once lived a man named Theo in the glowing city of Altar, a place of shimmering towers, silent elevators, and time that moved like a machine. Every morning at exactly 6 a.m., the city would hum to life. Thousands of people filing into subway cars, elevators, offices, and Theo was one of them. He was a contracts consultant at a prestigious investment firm, good at what he did, paid well, and respected in hushed tones across conference rooms. His shoes always polished, his email inbox always cleared. On paper, Theo had made it. But Theo had a habit. Every day after work, he would walk a long path back home instead of taking the train. It added 40 minutes to his journey, but he liked the quiet. One evening, on that walk, he noticed a man sitting near the corner of a small cafe. This man had no laptop, no briefcase, no rush. He was sipping coffee and scribbling in a notebook. Each day at the same hour, he was there, calm, still. One day, curiosity got the better of Theo. "Do you write for a living?" he asked. The man smiled. "Sometimes, but mostly I live for writing." Theo chuckled politely, unsure what that meant. "And what do you do?" The man paused, then said, "Mostly, I do what I want." Theo blinked. "You mean you're retired?" "No," the man said, "just free." That night, Theo couldn't sleep. His mind ticked like the clocks on his client dashboards. Free? He had money. He had prestige. But freedom? He had meetings at 8, deadlines at 10, lunches that required a calendar invite. He thought of the man at the cafe, how his face held no tension, how his eyes didn't flick to a watch every few seconds. The next morning, Theo showed up early to work. But for the first time, he noticed something strange. Everyone around him seemed tired. The VP who drove a luxury car looked pale under the boardroom lights. The analyst who just got promoted seemed glued to his phone even during lunch. A friend he admired had bought a beachfront home, but admitted he hadn't seen it in 6 months. They were all chasing something, but none of them looked like they'd caught it. That weekend, Theo went back to the cafe. The man was there, as always. "Do you mind if I ask?" Theo said. "How do you afford to live like that? Just free?" The man nodded thoughtfully. "My name's Aaron. I was once like you, rushed, smart, hired by all the right firms." He sipped his coffee. "Then one day I added something up. I had money, but no days. My calendar owned me. My mornings belonged to inboxes. My evenings were spent preparing for more mornings." Theo listened closely. "I didn't want to escape work," Aaron said. "I just wanted control over my time. So I began changing small things. Living below my means, investing what I could, turning down raises that cost me my peace." Theo frowned. "You turned down money?" Aaron nodded. "Yes, because every raise came with a tighter leash." Theo left with his coffee half sipped. That week, he began asking different questions. What if I didn't need the new car? What if I could earn enough instead of always more? What would I do if my time was my own? He didn't quit. Not yet. But he did stop accepting every new project. He took walks during lunch. He began journaling before bed. His colleagues noticed. "You're falling behind," one whispered. But inside, Theo felt something he hadn't felt in years. Spaciousness. 2 years passed. Theo had cut back his hours, saved aggressively, built a modest portfolio that could carry him for a while. He had no debt, no urgent needs, and one big plan. He resigned. Not to escape, but to reclaim. He didn't move to a cabin in the woods or fly off to Bali. He stayed in Altar, but on his own terms. Some days he wrote, others he painted. He volunteered at a local shelter. He read every book he once said he didn't have time for. And every evening at the same cafe, he would sit, sipping coffee, scribbling in a notebook, just like Aaron once had. Years later, a young woman named Mira approached him. "I've seen you here a lot," she said. "Do you work?" Theo smiled. "Sometimes, but mostly I live." She tilted her head. "What do you do?" Theo closed his journal and said simply, "I do what I want with my days. That's enough. As you fall asleep tonight, take this with you. True wealth isn't fast cars or corner offices. It's waking up and deciding what your day looks like. It's having time to think, to walk, to rest, to create, to love." The richest person isn't the one with the most money. It's the one with the most control over their time. You don't need millions to get there. You just need to start asking, what do I want my day to look like?